think everything's set up right. It's been a very long time since I have streamed last. It's been about 2 to 3 years, in fact. Been a very long time since I've made anything. Mostly that was due to college and getting a position in the game industry. And during that time, I've learned a tremendous amount at my job. I look back at some of my old streams and I laugh at what I was saying was definitive answers for how to make things. I feel like I've grown as an artist, and I would like to showcase some of that back to you guys. I'm going to be creating this character here. I've been selecting some concepts, looking through, and I really like this concept by Jinyi. It's a very compelling character. I like a lot of the shape design it has here, and I've always leaned towards stylized art as a whole. So I want to do my best to replicate this. Though this one's a bit complex overall. It was a little bit more overscope than I was initially planning for this stream. I was trying to find a more simple design to work with. But for the most part, I think we can hit this pretty easily, though it may take a bit. Welcome back, Syrie. Yes. Oh, my little chat box isn't working. Okay. I'll figure that out another day. I'm just going to disable that for the meantime then. But yeah, I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. I'm surprised OBS remembered everything that I had installed since I completely uninstalled it a while back. But hey, thank you for cache files. What is up, Mitchie? Long time. Here, I need to pop up you guys. Oh my god, all these familiar names. Oh, that's funny. It's been a very long time, guys. I gotta remember how to pop this chat out. Huh. Did I do it via YouTube and not Streamlabs? How the hell did I see y'all before? Chat. Pop out chat. There we go. Okay. And I will dock y'all just to my left a bit. Alright. And let me... Do I have Pure Ref on? Pure Ref is capturing. Sorry, this is going to be mildly me trying to figure out how things work again. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna have that concept in the bottom right so I can tumble around and you can see specifically what I'm looking at, like if I want to focus on the belt or hair and all that. So, I know it's been a while, Wolf. Good to see you again. Anyway, so let's jump into this. As I said, this is a concept by Jinyi that I found. I'm really excited to start this one. I like a lot of compelling aspects of the character. I think it's got a very nice stylized appeal that will blend nicely with the stuff that I've learned. And I'm just going to start with it. So the biggest thing that I am going to change from my last, like, how to make a character from the ground up series was, don't start with a box. That's really stupid. I mean, it's good to learn from a box, but if you have a grounding, start with a base mesh. It is such a time saver. You do not need to make a body every single time, and this base mesh was one of my favorites for stylized character. It's made by Mercurial Forge. I think he sells it on his ArtStation page. He's a very, very good ZBrush sculptor, and this model has proved a good starting ground for pretty much every character I've made in the last 3 years. So, let's get started. First thing I always do is I'm going to nuke the hair. Hair is not important there. That's mostly just to make the character look a little more appealing for the base mesh. And I'm going to start off by trying to get the proportions correctly. Now, this concept is just a 3/4, so we're going to have to do the best we can. We don't have fronts or sides to really gauge the sizing. Now, the biggest thing about this base mesh, God, I'm struggling saying that, is that the hips are really, really wide. Mercurial forward to do love his hips, that's for sure. So I'm gonna start proportionally changing some of these things, getting these a little more accurate to the character while not fully breaking the anatomical flow that he's set up here. You'll notice that all these major parts are a different color. This is to show that they're a different mesh. Makes it simple for proportional edits to change the size to fit the character. And the face is going to be pretty placeholder. I'm not going to try to do that in the Maya side. I'm going to jump that into and start refining that once we get into sculpting. But that is probably not going to be this stream. We are just going to be making the proxy stages today, where this is going to be basically the white boxing. Like if you've seen like white boxing of game levels, I like to do the same thing with meshes. There's no reason to start from a box to make this belt in ZBrush and then hand sculpt it out. Let's make it in Maya and make that super, super clean. So her arms look pretty close to the base proportions that this has, which is a nice advantage we have here. Maybe slightly thinner wrists. We're gonna weld all these meshes together when we start sculpting anyway, so these exact sizings don't need to be perfect. We can always build up, but we need to have a grounding to show that we're matching the concept, at least in the early stages. Get the white boxing just a little more accurate early on. Nope. I'm going to be working in almost full symmetry for this, just to make that transition process a little easier. And she definitely has thinner arms. The bulkiness of her arms mostly comes from her wraps, it looks like. How's her booty? Yeah, generally too thicker on the back thigh, so we're gonna bring that in a bit, push up soft selection, and let's get that more at the apex. Shrink that in, bring the hips in a bit. She's gonna be wearing relatively tight pants. Gets baggier and more cut up at the bottom. We're probably gonna push these cuts. These are just like with a lasso tool, and I feel like we can do that a bit better. So let's head size seems a bit accurate. Eyes could be a little bigger, which I'm going to just bring the eyelids down a bit more, maybe a bit out, a little more wide-eyed, make her look like she has hopes and dreams. All right. I think his main rib cage anatomy is really spot on for characters. Just the nice shape of the stomach leading into the crotch and the hips. It works very well, which is why this is one of my favorite bases that I have. Gonna moving the legs a little thinner, made the crotch a little too pronounced there, so let's smooth that out. We do have some very sharp cuts there, so I'm going to leave the thighs, or the lower legs rather, as they are. I mean, honestly, this base mesh is pretty close to the concept. I don't think there's terribly much we're going to have to edit here to get started, because we're going to change a lot of the sizings mostly in the ZBrush stages, as I said. Okay. Well, actually, I can't tell if it's just the belt. She gets very slender under her chest. This strong. That's a very strong V shape. We got some. Actually, maybe the hips are way more exaggerated than I thought. We're gonna have to. Let's actually just grab this row of faces. Where's my. There we go. I'm going to turn off symmetry for this to make this perfectly center, and we're going to shrink the hell out of her waist. And symmetry back on. Maybe. Why is that not synced? Weird. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna refix the symmetry by combining these, making them separate, and then we're just going to duplicate and mirror it. Now when I combine these, we are perfectly symmetrical. I don't know how we lost symmetry there. Oh yeah, she definitely needs to eat. Have a good one, Wolf. Thanks for stopping by again. Yeah, I mean, scurvy, lack of food. It's got to be hard. I mean, all her food went to some very key areas, it looks like. But, you know. Her hands actually have some very long fingers. I usually don't play with hands much. It's usually not a need. Hands are pretty default, but with this, maybe I do pull them a little longer. Yeah, something like that. Got some of the torso coming through her butt right now. Gotta bring that in. Once again, I lost sim on the chest. That's okay, whatever. It's not that big of a deal, it's just the proxy. We're not keeping any of this geometry anyway. This can be as high or as low as we need. And in fact, I will probably smooth the mesh out, which will help just make a more accurate representation of what it'll look like once we start sculpting. Okay, well that's probably good enough for the base right now. So let's actually get into creating new things, not just modifying the mesh. I'm just going to assign a simple Lambert to this, take away the colors, and we are just going to call this skin. And I will directly color pick off the concept. Really? Did I grab a shadow? That's much darker complexion than I would have expected to get. Okay. Oh, no, could just be Lambert trying to do its best. Alright, good enough for now. Okay, where do I want to start on her? She has so much things on her. Probably good to make her not nude, so YouTube doesn't yell at me. Let's start with the pants. So, I am going to recombine her back into one solid mesh, and we are going to use this as a snap mesh. In Maya, it's called Makes Object Live, which means any geometry that you now make will snap to this pre-existing mesh, which is very, very good for authoring clothing, because we don't need to make anything. Like, we don't need to bring the box up, shape it to the legs. Now I just have this selected, and now I'm going to go to my modeling toolkit, which allows me to quad draw exactly where I like. Actually, let's be smart though. I'm going to not make this live. I want to keep the topo flow that I have here, so I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to select this row of verts as my start of my pants, and I'm going to nuke everything else. So going to assign this a new material, and we're just going to do the same thing we did with the skin, but call it M pants. Going to revert back to the scene, select the pant color. I love working with materials that reference the actual concept because it just makes the concept alive a little earlier. And now, once I make this live, I can select this, go to the modeling toolkit, and now we can start building our pants off of this topology. Though this may be a little high than I expected, so we're going to cut this in half by deleting these just for now. We'll add these back in later for sure, but it just doubles or reduces the amount of geometry I'm going to have to author for making this. And we're just going to do this loosely, just make them go around her body here, and we can add loops later. Ooh, this lack of symmetry is actually hurting. What is happening? Symmetry is having some trouble today. Okay. And just quickly smooth it out, let it transition. We're going to need a lot more loops in these hips here to meet her curvature correctly. I'm actually going to put this one back in because this seems to be fighting a lot of the geo. And now when I soft select and pull this out, it's going to re-snap, readjust to the body a little bit better. And now let's do it again. No. Okay. Do it a little. No? Why are you fighting this? Ah, that vert is not at the surface, so it's not happy. And if I push it, there we go. It was clipping the mesh so Maya couldn't see where I was trying to snap to, so it was doing the next closest vert, which was that one. And now I'm specifically doing a stylized character here. If I were doing a more realistic character, I'd actually take this into a wonderful program called Marvelous Designer, which is it was originally designed to be a fashion tool where you can author clothing at a relatively easy cost, and in the concept phase to like, how would this even feel? Would this work for me? And a lot of game artists have taken it up to author realistic clothing folds, and I think the tool is absolutely phenomenal. I'm still learning that one though. That's why I didn't necessarily want to bring it on the stream just yet. Not completely versed in this as I am other programs, but maybe another day. Hello, Aragoni and Matthias. It has been a very long time. Yes, 2 years, something like that. Life's been busy. I'll repeat my little intro. I took a main break because content creation was it's hard. And with me getting into school is killing me. Trying to get into the game industry was a lot of work, and I just didn't have the time nor the effort to dedicate to what content creation needs. So I took about, as I said, a 2-3 year break, and I think it worked out well. Ooh, I do not like that cut. That's bad. We'll work on that. I think I need another loop here already. Though I did land in the game industry. It took me a couple years after college to find something, but now I've landed a very good job. I'm very happy with what we're creating, and I can actually thank VRChat a lot of the way for helping me there, because my VRChat commissions did a lot for my portfolio to really help me sell that I knew what I was doing in VR, and now I'm working on one of the fastest growing VR games that's been launched. Why is this not? There we go. This is just gonna be me asking me why my tools aren't mirroring this entire time. I can feel it. Okay. This is the one problem about having separated meshes, is the verts are trying to clip and judge like which mesh am I actually trying to assign to. This will probably be an issue that we face a lot during the snapping phase. It's fairly common. Maya is not the absolute like best tool when it comes to retopology. I would normally use things like Topogun or 3D Code, whatever works for you. But I'm just trying to keep this simple. I use the modeling toolkit all the time at work, and it serves me just fine. I don't need to get another paid tool just yet anyway. And I know VRChat has a huge Blender scene. Most of what I'm doing is just best practices. I'm not going to really go into the nitty-gritty for tools when it comes to the modeling or sculpting side of things. Everything is applicable to the other program. So if you just take the concept, you're going to have to do a little bit of searching, like what is making an object live in Blender? I couldn't tell you for the life of me. But it will, it hasn't, I guarantee it. Okay, we now have our first loop going into the crotch. God, crotches are so hard. I may need to reference another pair of pants that I made. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do that. Just a sec. You're not going to see my file window. Let me pull up a pair of pants that I did recently. You know, I had this Quora model I was working on. That could be fun to show. I dropped that very early, so it's nowhere near complete. But her pants should have a good topo flow, I think. Let me Quora re-export. That's probably good. Let me just drop this in and see where we're at here. Oh, Quora is very tiny. Oh no, that's May. What the fuck? Okay, let's get May out of here. Oh wait, there was Quora. Why was May also in here? Did I reference her at some point? Oh yeah, actually, hey, there's my crotch topo flow. Oh wait, no, was this the one I was... Oh! It referenced it down there. Oh shit, okay. Here, just a sec. I'm gonna undo everything I just did because it threw my pants on the floor. Oh no, it's fucked. Oh, the joys of Maya. Okay, no problem. Just trying to make this simple. This is scaled by 15, I believe. What happened is when I imported in, there was an object with the same name in the scene, and it tried to compensate how it was set up. So, okay, this got scaled to 1. I'm pretty sure I sized this up to 15. So let's rotate this back to 0, and we'll scale this up 15, 15, 15. Okay, I was very wrong. Was it 5? No. Was it 1? Is it going to just keep the ratio of what we already had? Okay, that's why. Cool. Pants are back. All right, let's see what I did for Quora. This was very early. Oh, this is actually earlier than where I left her, but how did I handle your crotch at this stage? Yeah, I just need to get a more horizontal loop in. Okay, we'll hide that for now. That was just for a quick guide. Topo flow in the groin area is very important for animators, and it needs to be pretty on the nose. Okay, I'm actually going to purge a little bit. Great. Does that show? No, it doesn't. I just fatally crashed. Fun. Give me a sec. Let's hope Maya hit an autosave, or this is a bad start. Hello, Sleeky. Long time. Okay, let me reboot the source. There we go. Okay. Yeah, take my autosave, please. There we go. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna save this scene right now before I lose everything. ASCII, save over that, and good. Okay, so I need to redo some of this. This was not a good flow. Mostly just because of how that looped in. I think that actual part is fine. Let's see here. No, this is a little taller than where we left her. Let me shrink that down just slightly. And we're back in business. Nothing happened. We're not going to talk about that. Yeah, welcome, Taco. That wouldn't be my stream if we didn't have tech issues like this. Fuck me. Oh, we're already live. Whoopsie. Nope, still live. Whoopsie. The joys of my... No, we're still live. Are we not? Oh, I guess we're not. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. What is this song? I do not like this song. Skip. Okay. Let's turn back on symmetry. We're getting back at it. Nothing happened. We are okie dokie. Cool. Okay. Now, I need to select a specific row of verts. We're gonna make this as horizontal as possible while cutting out the underwear line there. So we're gonna flatten, not like that. We're not doing that. We're gonna flatten that out so it's completely horizontal. I like to do this because they need this strong line, and we'll make underwear line cuts so it has better thigh deformation as we get there. I'm doing good, Sleeky. Been a long time since I've tried doing this, and I feel very woefully out of practice. But work's been good, life's been good. I'm getting to create for a living, and that is the best thing I can ask for. Okay, so let's... Still live selected, but I need to get these verts that we just flattened out and just pull them out towards the mesh. I know you can't really see this, but it's doing its stuff under the skin. If actually I switch to 4, you can see the topology here. And you can see me, I'm just pulling this to the edges so it's completely flush with the form. And we'll rebuild this out. And I'm doing this a little more manually. I have now curated a bunch of assets of clothing where, like, if I'm gonna start with like a pants, I just bring that pants in and modify. I mean, why create something you've already created is the best tip I can give you. Don't try to make everything from scratch for the sake of making something from scratch. Take what you got, make it easier to work with, and just keep using it. Like, I've made so many outfits, jackets, shirts, pants at my job, and they're all bases that I can use for anything, really. Like, hell, you can build a base mesh out of pants if you are so inclined. So we're still gonna have some wave loops here. I'm gonna try to not spiral. Oh, no, we're fine, we're fine. I think. No, we're not fine. Man. I need to get a refresher. Okay, this should be good. And there, yeah, okay, that's all we had to do, This is the line that I have to flatten out. I did it one step early. Okay, this makes sense. And we'll bring that down just a little bit. We'll probably add a cut here to minimize that strain between... Actually, what's happening here? There we go. No, that is a... What the fuck? How did you think to do that, Maya? Okay. Manually. And we're just gonna put a triangle cut right there. That should be fine. There we go. Now that we did the hard part, the rest of this is super easy. We're just gonna select this loop, and then we extrude constantly. Just pull it down, hit G to do it again, and keep doing it. And we're probably gonna need to clean up the knees a little bit here, but you know what? I'm gonna stick to my guns and just keep doing it. And now we have to stop. Things have condensed a little too much. I'm gonna go to soft select, smooth this out a little bit so the topo flow is just a little cleaner than where we're at, because that is gross. I'm actually gonna really bump up the softness, and let's bring these thighs out a little more round. Oh fuck, it's Mr. Fat Dude. That's my best friend in real life. I'm glad that after 3 years you still have notifications on. Thank you for ringing that bell. Oh god, I do not miss pimping myself out. try to get a following. I think that's the biggest difference. Is I was doing a lot of streaming because it was a great source for motivation back in the day, and that's what I'm trying to get back. It sounds odd, but now that I've worked in art for so long, like, I love art, but I don't do art enough for me. So I'm trying to find ways to inspire myself to do it again. And I was just thinking about this the other day, and I was like, you know what, streaming was a lot of fun, and I actually have some time now. I'm not constantly job hunting. I'm not trying to pass college. And it just seemed like a fun thing to do. So again, we lost symmetry. It's only symmetrical on the right. That is, I must have done something to the base mesh weird early on. Okay, smooth that out way too much there. Gonna undo that. Hello, I am back. I mean, hey, Twitter notifications, that's why I put it. I'm seeing a lot of familiar names. It's great to have you all back. Thank you for checking me out. And while I may have been dead, coming back to see my revival, maybe. Who knows? But I do want to try to complete this fully on stream, though my life is dictated around my work schedule, so it all just depends on what's happening at my job and my personal life. But we'll see what we can do, because for everyone tuning in, this is who we're making, by the way. I realized I haven't been... Oh, I guess I have the little corner shot of the body, yeah. But we're making a little pirate concept here. Okay. So, okay, look it. We got a pair of pants. Boom, bang. It's actually good. It matches the topo flow, and the biggest reason why we had to do that manually is because these are all separate pieces. For those of you who are just joining, this is a base mesh that I work with. It separates the body into chunks, so you can easily proportionally change them, and that topo flow obviously doesn't work. So we have to make things a little more manually here. And now we have our base pair of pants. So let's name that pants. And this will be our body sock with a K. And I will spell concept right. Wow. Concept. All right. I'm going to turn off live on the model here, and I'm going to isolate this. I'm going to select every face we've made here. And I'm gonna do a, whoa, hold up, that's gross. Okay, hold on. Going back, turning live back on. We gotta smooth that out. That did not flow the way I was expecting it to. And make these a lot more even. Going to pull some of these quads to the side. There we go. Oh, sorry, you're gonna hear my dog chewing in the background. Now she's having her breakfast. I was confused what that noise was. All right, there we go. Okay, now that's a better flow for now. All right, now we're gonna turn off live. We're gonna isolate the body sock. I'm going to select all faces and I'm gonna do a transform component. This allows me to scale everything based off the normal direction. So if I actually, real quick, just to show that, basically every vertex points in a direction, and this is how lighting information is calculated via the normal map. And if I switch this to normal, and actually there's a way to show this in display. Show face normals. There we go. Okay, so vertex have these as well, but these are the way that everything's facing. So what I'm telling this function to do is when I select everything, go to transform component, it's going to take the normal direction and pull every face out in that direction, i.e. giving the pants some depth. So I'm going to isolate this out, and we're going to just give these a little bit more. We're going to have to manually snug some areas because I don't want to make these too fat. I'm going to go back to object selection, pull these out, remove the clipping skin, and see what we got here. Give her some sharp ass knees for now. And we're probably going to delete a majority of the body underneath when we get there, but it's a bit early for that right now. Oh, her booty's clipping. I learned a lot about Copa getting this up. Don't worry, this stream is not safe for children, and I will hide the booty just in case. What is happening with that bird? Okay, these pants lost their symmetry a little bit. I'll probably cut them in half and redo it at some point, but I'm not gonna worry about that for right now. Flatten that out. Actually, not flattening that out. I'm going to select at this face curve and then flatten out. Nope, not doing that. Ignore that. We are going to select the face, not the edge, and rotate it, maybe? No. Okay. Take everything back. We're resetting the pivot. We are doing what I did. We're going to flatten that out, and then we're just going to rotate it. Boom. Give it a little bit of hold on the hips. Boom. Okay. Now we got pants. And we're going to see clipping the more I pull away from the camera just because of how Maya's layering system works. But that's fine. So now let's give her a top so we don't look like we're making a titty streamer. This one should be the same exact process. I'm actually going to duplicate her body here. I'm going to select her main torso like we did for the pant loop and then delete everything else. So we have our main body here. I'm going to start at the peak of the hips here and delete that. And then this is only going to be good pretty much up to here because this type of flow is god-awful for what we're doing. Oh god, the flow is kind of god-awful anyway. Okay, hold on. Boom. Now we delete everything else. This will be the start of our shirt. This is why you want to start with a base mesh, because my god, it will be your time saver. And this should go right under her chest. No, way above her chest. Okay. I misjudged. There we go. So we need to delete here, actually. Cool. All right, this is the start of our shirt. I'm going to create a new material, do the same thing we did everything else, M, shirt. And I will back out, go to the concept, and I will eyedropper the shirt color, which is just going to be our standard black. Technically, it's going to be the same black as the pants, I imagine, maybe a little bit darker. But, as I said, these are not that final materials. This is just for visual look for right now. Make sure that it feels like the character in these early stages. And let's go to the modeling toolkit. Now, the biggest problem with large-chested characters is getting the fabric to flow correctly. Now, the advantage we have with this concept is she is wearing more armor, so they're very cupped. So we don't have to deal with the strengths of like shirts per se. Why is it black? Neat. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go straight up the main chest. No, is this inversed? Is that what's happening? Why is this black? No, but Geo's fine. I'm gonna set this to this default Lambert for right now. See what's going on here. Why is this mesh display reverse? I'm just gonna try that. No, that is not the answer. Mesh display reverse. Does this have a layer? Interesting. Are we conflicting somewhere? Let's display unlock normals. I don't know why. Ah, okay. It was. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. It was reversed. It was reversed. All right. Now we should work. No, it's still black. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna keep those quads there because I need to look now. What is this visually looking like? Okay. So it is reversed, but it doesn't visually show that's okay. Fun. I'm going to just export this and re-import it. Make it simple because it's having trouble reading. Desktop, shirt, base, start. Cool. We're going to delete that. We're going to import. My favorite part about art is having technical difficulties constantly. I'm sorry, I'm going to be having a lot of windows open that you can't see when doing that, so hopefully it's not super wild. I'm still trying to figure out how to set this up properly where it captures the... No, it's still reversed. What the fuck? Okay. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to delete the old one. Does this one work? No. Okay. Fun, fun, fun. Reverse. Now, in theory, this should not work. It doesn't even look like it works. But if I put two things here... No, I can't even see the geo. Alright, fuck that. I don't know what's wrong with this torso. Let me do it from scratch. We are going to select the base mesh, duplicate. I'm going to restart. Select the body, delete. Delete that. Delete right under the chest, which I think was that loop. Delete everything else. And this should be our shirt. And now when I quad draw, we have no live object, so I can't see it. Now we do. It's still black. Okay. Don't know. I'm supposed to show what I've learned, not what I don't know. Oh, it's not even... Wait. Wait. Was it just letting me place verts in the sky? Is the body sock the issue? Was it not just detecting it? No. Oh, I'm lost. Okay, whatever. We're just going to build that loop from scratch. I've wasted too much time trying to do a quick fix when I can literally just... I can trace these verts. We're just going to make a new object by doing the quad draw. This just takes a little bit longer. I mean, you're right, Sayori. It is partially that. No, it's putting things on the body wrong. What happened to my base mesh? It was working. Okay, hold on. I'm going to mesh display unlock on the base mesh. Mesh display reverse. Okay, that's obviously not correct. Mesh display, go back. Soften edges. Mesh display lock normals. Let's. Okay. Make this live. Sorry. No, it is making the geo the wrong way. Oh, I am. Okay, hold on. We can do that. Mesh display, reverse. Now we should be okay. I keep saying that. It's not true. Why is it black? I don't understand. Okay. Okay. Fresh scene. When things start fucking up, you just kick everything out. Export selection. Vivian re-export. Export. Cool. I'm gonna save this just in case. I'm gonna open up a new scene. We're gonna import our scene. I love looking like an idiot live. Alright. Let's try this here. Boom, 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 boom. Quick. Nope, quads are backwards. Oh my god. Okay. Why did my pants work? And then, you know what? Here, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna try this anyway. I'm gonna dupe the pants. I'm going to work with the top loop of the pants. Lift that up a bit. Okay, that quad draw looks right. Now I'm gonna select the body sock is on and just going to quickly scale that to the form. And now this works. Okay, this is what we're starting with. Alright, now let's bring this into line for our topo flow. I'm not going to reduce the flow like I did in the pants just because we need a lot of topology for the breasts to have the curve work correctly. So I'm just going to mirror the base 1:1 for right now. My biggest advocation for Blender is you don't have to deal with this shit from Maya. I just wish I could have the patience to learn it and combo with it wasn't just such an industry standard to use Maya. Blender looks more and more appealing every single day. I did turn on symmetry. Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Quick and dirty. Quick and dirty. Alright, good enough. Is that the middle loop? No, one more. Cool. We delete that one. We delete that one. Select everything. Select the main object here. We route it to center. We duplicate and mirror. We mesh combine. I isolate. And now I'm welding these verts together so we have a symmetrical object. Cool. Let's actually make the shirt now. So same thing we did with the pants. We're going to extrude downward. I'm going to rotate these a little bit manually. Not going to try to be super perfect on point here, but just enough to follow the flow a little bit better. flatten that, lift, rotate. Okay, this one's a little more curved. I'm just going to meet the middle ground for now, because when I smooth anyway, it's going to lose everything. There we go. And how does the concept even look for... Where's my concept? Ah, fun. It's broken. Okay, let me import the image plane. Because we lost that in the re-export, it seems. My Pirate Vivian concept. Cool. Concept. And get out on the center of my scene. Alright, so... Okay, her torso actually does tuck in. We have a huge belt hiding this separation, so we can do one more loop there with no concern. What up, Turbo? It's been a long time. There's always going to be a bias in the industry for Blender users until Blender really, like, we need a AAA game to take Blender under their wing and start it, because otherwise, like, you're not gonna beat a monopoly. Unfortunately, it's as simple as that. Like, Maya owns the industry. Arguably 3ds Max, but guess what? 3ds Max is also owned by Maya. So, okay, so we're just going to quickly add. Nope, we're gonna undo this because we don't have symmetry on. And boom, boom. We're going to quickly add some loops going up the midpoint of the chest. You're going to want to make sure that your apex is around where the nipple would be. Somewhere. We'll bring that down. It's going to be this loop here. And then we're going to just follow the topo flow. I'm just going to make big jumps for now because this is going to change. And she's wearing a mesh underneath. That's actually just going to be textural. I'm not even going to model that out, so I don't even need to go this high. So we have apex points going around the curvature into, like, slightly off center, so somewhere around here-ish. And let's curve this a little bit more to match that. And this will be our apex point for now. I'm going to model these gold parts out separately. This is just going to be the shirt, so this can have a little more depth, actually. And we'll... Oop, too hard. Okay, let's add some loops, too. Have this not fight us in the smoothing phases like I am there. All right, cool. And we triangulate out, so I'm going to... It covers a majority of the breast, so around here-ish, let's say. We're gonna pull this down. It's a hard V, yeah? Yeah, actually, it's a very hard V, so this is a good place for that. I'm going to make the topology follow the curvature of the breast. It's pretty much like a bustier of sorts. There we go. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna need a lot more geo to make this curvature read right. Actually, no, maybe we can make this work. This is just the proxy. There you go. Perfect flow. And we're going to curve this back down. There. Match the curvature. And now we can... yeah, that's good, that's good. Boom, boom. Okay, we need to go down a little bit. Boom, boom. And when I smooth here, this should all equalize a little bit better than it is currently. Okay, I mean, that definitely needs to get... I don't want a triangle there, so... will that look better when I smooth? Yeah, okay. Alright, and this just goes harsh down. Though it goes down to here. Actually, this may be a little tight. Let me see. I'm just going to snap connect for now, and we can adjust proportioning. Yeah, okay, this vert's too high. There we go. That's working good. That's about the shape. As I said, the gold's going to be on top, so this doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but I need a good flow here to do the same thing we did with the shirt and pants and just duplicate the geo there to create the basis. And we don't have a back piece, so I have to imagine how this connects, and it'll probably cut off like where a corset would, so somewhere around here-ish. I mean, I'm just gonna follow this vert line for now. Oh, come on. See the vert. There we go. Okay, a little high maybe, based on where we have this cut. Okay. Okay, and smooth. I actually need to bring this top one down because this goes way too high. Cool. Now we smooth. Smooth objects make a happy artist. And I'm going to actually smooth down the edge of the breast here, just so it's not like cut on her chest so hard. I'm going to turn off live here, and I'm just going to pull this down or let's do the face rather than the edge. Pull this down ever so slightly, just so there's some natural tapering there. And we have the start of the shirt. Gonna do the same thing we did with the pants and transform the exponent, pull these out a little bit more. And there we go. We have a clothed character. Gonna turn off our ugly grid view for now. I'm not going to worry about the skin clipping here because when we smooth these... yeah, do it. Why not? Can't crash my computer. Okay. I will pull that then, because when we smooth objects, that's important to see where the clipping is. And we're going to pull this down. There we go. Yeah, that's about her bust size. Cool. Okay. Let's undo the smooth view. We are going to... I'm going to soften these edges, though, because I hate seeing gross things. Actually, I made it look a little grosser right now. That's proxies for you, though. I mean, this needs to be about double geo, if you recall. We only did half of it. But proxy meshes can be a little gross, just to be a good start for ZBrush. Alright, let's start working on the gold of her top here, and we'll move into the choker next. So I'm going to duplicate the shirt. Hold on, I need to look at the concept a bit here. So it's two separate meshes. Actually, you guys can't see my mouse. My section of the reference is on a completely different section of my screen. Oh wait, no, you can't. Wait. Oh, it captures it. Oh, interesting. Neat. Source captures nice. So it has a cut here, and I'm going to assume there's a gold trim going all the way around, maybe? Okay. So let's duplicate this. Oh, hold on. What's pants 3? Okay, cool. I already did duplicate. This is going to be shirt. This is going to be gold. And I will make gold gold by assigning it material gold. Gold. Gotta select the highlight because dark golds never look good until you actually have reflections in them. And we are just going to select this entire loop. Purge. Okay. I'm going to delete these bottom ones for now because they are separated, and we will pull those together. I'm going to manually shape these a bit. Okay, so these are way more angular than the top bit. So actually, maybe I don't even want to. No, I need to start with these. So let's select this section. I'm going to move my gizmo on top of that. We're going to flatten these. No. What's no? Why is my gizmo like that? That did not act like I was expecting. Not at all. Huh. Neat. Oh, wait, what? Do I have this connected No. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's what I was expecting. What the fuck? Okay, whatever, it's working. And we are going to move these vertex along the edge. Going to make sure that these are perfectly straight. This song sucks. You're letting me down, Avencloud. I don't even know if your music's actually royalty free. I swear every other video I've ever made in existence has been slapped with DCMA of some kind. Actually, let's make this simple. Just delete the extra loops. We don't need those. We're trying to make this as angular and straight as possible for right now, so let's just make these quads. Now we can adjust accordingly. This has a slight curve to it, so I can't delete everything, but I will delete majority for now. Okay, I deleted the wrong one. I need to delete these. I don't know if this song's better. Wait, you don't hear the music? It shows you do. What? Dude, everything's scuffed. Fuck me. Audio output capture. Is it my keyboard input that's allowing that to come through? Okay, there we go. Should hear that now. Whoopsie! I've been streaming in awkward silence? Oh, God. You know what? I'm not liking how this is looking. I'm going to revert back to that state. Been listening to shitty royalty-free music for my own volition. Okay. Alright, we need to harshen this angle for sure. You know what? I'm overthinking this shaping. Maybe. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna actually use the concept. I'm gonna create a new plane. Rotate it 190, or sorry, just 90. Bring the concept back into the start here. I'm gonna select the plane and this. I'm gonna go to isolation mode. I'm gonna make this plane live, and I'm essentially using this as a drawing surface. And now, when I start my... I actually gotta pull this just a hair above. And now when I quad draw, I can go in and I can basically trace on the drawing. Which I'm going to compensate a little bit because these are pretty evenly shaped. Actually, no, they have that. What am I talking about? They have a huge curve. They go from small to medium to large, so... Oh, I have... Okay, hold on. That's not what I want. Okay, and we're going to need a curve here, here, and here. I'm going to keep that super sharp for now. And we'll bevel and curve. That's the fun part of the proxy process, is beveling and curving everything we have. Alright, cool. Traced. Push the concept back, hide our topo plane, and now we have an object that is directly the shape of the piece. Bring this back in. I'm going to just... I'm not going to delete these golds yet, because I may revert back. I don't know. I'm an indecisive person. But we can bring these objects now, and now we should be able to fit this just a little bit nicer. There we go. Yeah, yeah, this is gonna work way nicer. Cool. I swear this artist right here, I don't know him, but I know him. He's in every goddamn royalty-free album that exists. And props to you, dude, for actually putting music out that people can stream for free, but I'm amazed at your presence in the free online music section. I mean, when it comes to my own music taste, I just listen to orchestral or weeb shit, and I don't know how licensed any of those are, so... Well, actually, I know weeb shit's very heavily licensed, but like game parody music, not parody, but like fan music, like lo-fi Zelda shit. Listen to that all the time. Alright, so this is going to be too sharp for the angle, so we're going to adjust this to actually follow the flow of our forms. There we go. But yeah, you're right, Sire. I definitely need to curate a playlist. Come on. There we go. Okay. This needs to come down ever so slightly. Now, we're going to have to deal with a lot of clipping issues for this shape. And in the concept, there is a little bit of a lip, but not much. It's actually a lot less lip than I was expecting. Well, we'll play with it for now. This is a very angular piece on a very curved shape, and that is an interesting technical challenge to figure out. There we go. Okay, well, alright, maybe too early for this, but let's extrude. Let's assume this is our extreme here. I'm going to just select the entire object, extrude inward. Alright, I'm going to extrude really inward, and then we'll adjust the shapings accordingly. Mesh is inversed because of how I extruded, so we just go to Mesh Display Reverse, and we're back in business. So I'm going to pull this complete, like, I want to make sure this is the thickness that I actually want this shape. It should follow the absolute edge of this, though. Alright, we're actually going to break that a little bit there. I think this part needs to follow, and then this can lift off to get that shape we need. And we're just going to add a little loop here. And I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, you know what? I believe... Well, maybe this dude slaps me, but I believe Kill Bill allows me, or allows people to stream his shit for free. And I absolutely love their shit. So let's go to Let's do skin. This guy's voice reminded me of Kill Bill, which is why I went there. Is rap the best thing to talk over? Ah, fuck if I know. But turn it on real low, and we'll call it good. Oh, there's a lo-fi stream. I may just turn that on later. Alright, and slide this. Good, I promise I'm quick. There we go. Okay, this is shaping up better than my initial attempt. There we go. Now we have the curvature. Oh, kind of. This is a little goofy. I'm gonna pull this face out a little more. Rotate it in to compensate. It's a joke and I still don't lie. There we go. And have it respect the curvature. Because this is bowing in, and I think it should not. Cool, that should be a good start. Slap our gold material on there, delete our original gold. Wait, did I already? Did I delete it already? Oops, I guess I said I wasn't going to, but I guess I did. Alright, gold. Put that down in the bottom, mirror, and we have a start. Now, obviously, this is not a perfect proxy because of how much overlap there is. You know, I think I put her breasts too far apart. They're going to be more pushed in because she's wearing clothing. So, let's give her a push-up. And we will reciprocate that with the shirt. Okay, hold on, we gotta pull on this side. Pull out. Show them what you got now. Show them you won't bow down. There we go, and now the gold's bad. There we go. Cool. Okay. Okay. Well, now we need to... this is an interesting... Transferring this to 2D is... Or from 2D to 3D, I think, I don't think this object actually makes sense in a 3D space. It just kind of works for it. Because, this is much sharper, this is way more curved, and these look like they are supposed to be symmetrical, so that's what I'm working off of. So let's actually delete this like I said I would, and then bring this out, not on smooth selection. And we may just have to make the shape of the shirt follow the gold more. Okay, hold on, this is a little hard to think about. Okay, this view, I don't know how people work in the wireframe view. Well, that's also wise, because our loops are a little off there. We need to have one that mirrors that. Okay, no, that's good to figure out. So we're gonna add that loop in there, select the loop, and we're going to transform component, and then just make this curve match. Oops. Match ours just a little better. Alright, and let's compensate by evening out our geo. You know what, I should just soft select. Don't try to do that manually. It's going to be gross. Okay, and obviously need to bring this down in. Alright, alright. We're getting there. And let's make this apex actually follow the apex of the shirt, just reducing topological friction. Procrastinate more just to pass the days forward. Final line of wake up in a bed of acid rain pour. Okay. Now we're gonna duplicate the gold again. Oh fuck, it's Emmett, and yeah, we're looking at titties. We're making her clothed though. You should have seen her earlier. But we got clothing on her now. And that was an improvement. Alright, let's get on to our choker. We're gonna play with the top or the base mesh again, see if it actually lets me do what I want to. Wait, what? How did that? And let's see if we can avoid all those issues we were having earlier. I don't know what the hell is going on there. Select that loop, delete everything else, go back in. Actually, I don't even need to snap to this per se. I'm gonna give this a shirt material for now. Or the pants rather, I guess. And we are going to... Actually, this is very choked on her. It doesn't really follow the flow of the neck. Okay, actually, you know what? First thing we're making from scratch without topology or just model snapping. We're gonna just bring a cylinder in. And there we have the start of her choker. It's beautiful. Alright, and oh, I literally have it close up on her tits. Oops. Okay, let's look at the choker now. Okay, and let's shape this just a bit better, following the actual anatomy of the neck. Dude, did I mod everyone back in the day? Everyone that's, well, nearly everyone that's come in here has had a blue name. Channel security, I guess, didn't matter. And alright, that should be good enough for the start there. Let's bring this edge down, because that's oddly sharp. And we are going to delete the bottom here. And extrude in slight. Oop, not that. Don't do what I just did. We are going to select the edge and hit extrude. Bring it in. And... okay, we're actually still a little too close to the neck here at the base. What? Oh, okay. Maybe I just pull these out of the hole. There we go, yeah. These need to be pretty flush with the base of the body. I mean, as I said, we'll probably just delete the neck underneath it later. But when we get there. Oh, I'm sorry, Blacklight. It's okay. You're now more special than the blue names. I was watching some of my old streams. Like, before I decided to do this, I went back, I was like, alright, was I any good at this? Like, is it worth it to even try to do again? And there's some content I was like, oh boy. But I think, I mean, my most popular shit was always my art stuff, which, I mean, I'm fucking surprised. Almost everyone followed me for my very old school VRChat stuff. But, like... even that stuff was just like, eh. So I'm glad my art stuff had a following. I'm hoping that it is still there if I try to actually keep this going. I mean, looking back at all my old videos, you you grow as a person, and your sense of humor changes slightly. I do like a majority of my stuff still, but it's a lot worse quality than what I remember. Though I still think one of my favorites was the Club Penguin iceberg with you, Emmett. I fucking love that. Emmett, that model. I wish you got a model from me at like the apex of where I just learned so fucking much, and honestly, I feel like I did the model dirty a little bit. I could have done it better now, and it was just a little bit, that little bit of knowledge difference between when I made it and what I learned just a couple months later. I look at it back, I was like, man, like, for what I charged you, I feel bad, dude. I'm glad you still enjoy it, but I mean, a lot of my commissions, I'm like, Jesus, like, I was charging an arm and a leg for some of these things, and I mean, that's just how, like, it's the whole artist mindset. You look back at old stuff and you cringe because you're like, oh god, how could I ever? But so I don't know. It was a great learning step. But it's specifically the texturing. I think the model itself is fine. I wish the texture job was better. Also, I don't know how much latency difference. I think I had an original delay, so I may just be saying shit for a while, and you guys have already responded. I don't know. I didn't really look at my settings. I set up my scenes and I hit live. And we're going to extrude this. Nope, not whatever I just did there. The fuck? And we're just going to collapse that in so it creates a solid object. And lastly, just bevel this slightly. Probably at a 0.02. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're happy with it. Like, yeah, there's a lot of the commissions that, like, there's some good things that I did, but a lot of the things I was like, I don't know. I will say at the very least, those commissions allowed me to get fucking calls. Just streaming in general. Like, everyone was so incredibly generous and literally Y'all helped me pay off my student loans way, way earlier than I ever should have been able to. And for that, I am eternally grateful. I am no longer going to be a 60-year-old man going, I remember when I did college and how I still have to pay for them. Well, I mean, Fiverr's a cesspool. You milk the shit out of that place. That's where you go to just get money out of businessmen that don't know what they're asking for. It's pretty solid. You know what? I don't like it being so rock solid here. I'm gonna add a loop and just add a little bit of curvature in. Cool. Fuck these limits. I got limits. And slap the pants on. Just give it black. Cool. Okay. Let's do some math. Alright, we got 1 in the center, and then 2 to 3 to the side. So it's gonna be, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for both midpoints. Okay. Create polygon cylinder. Proxy model. This is way too high poly, but again, proxy meshes do not matter about poly count. You're just making this shit look good because you're gonna bring it into sculpting and change everything. Okay, DK, let's push to back. I'm glad Fiverr directly pays for my other work, thank you. I mean, work modeling is so radically different than personal modeling. Because we work with realism there, we're often using scans as a start, and it's incredibly helpful. But man, it's just such a different artistic process. It's why I like stylized modeling more. I really feel like I get to put in my personal touch, right? Because realism isn't subjective. Realism is realism. If it doesn't look real, it's not good. So I think that's where, like, I feel like I have a definitive stylized look for my non-anime stuff, the stuff that is just naturally me. And that's what I love trying to bring out. These circles are now way too big in hindsight. We'll fix that. What up, Chuck PJ with the crust off? God, these earrings are gonna be a bitch later. Just look at those shapes. I'm gonna have to refresh on how to use curves. That's probably good enough for now, so let's group all of these fuckers. Oops. Oops. Okay. Mesh combine. Select them all, and I believe this will work. If I go to transform component, it'll affect all of them. Yeah, okay, good. Now we separate them all again. Oh, wait, concave the coin. What? Why did that concave the coin? Okay. Neat. I'm just going to switch this to, I think normal will work? Yeah, okay. Bring the normal flush. And hopefully that just kills the clipping? Okay, no, it needs a little bit more love. Where's my tool? Oh, I'm on normal. God damn it. It's easier than you would think, and like it's a technical job for sure, and I think anyone can learn to 3D model. I don't think you actually have to be artistic to learn this shit. I think the real artisanness comes from sculpting. That's its own beast. I'm not gonna say that's easy, but modeling aspect things, it takes time to learn this shit. I'm not gonna say it doesn't. But yeah, it's sweet. I love what I do for a living. And I'm super excited to know what the fuck I'm gonna work on next. Like, cause it's just a reality. I'm not gonna be at Pop 1 forever. And while I'm incredibly enamored with what... Is enamored the word there? Probably not. I love what I've made there. I think the game is incredibly cool and one of the most compelling VR games we have that's out right now. Specifically on Quest 2. Like, Quest platform's hard to fucking develop for, man. I could have done these coins better. I don't know why these concaved, and more importantly, why I just stuck with it, but hey. I'm already halfway done. I'm going to complete it this way. This one is not the best one to have on this corner. Cool. Alright. Please? Alright, whatever. I don't know why that's not following the thing. Okay. And put it in center. You know what? Let's save. I haven't saved in a millennium, and we've already crashed once. Cool. Mirror. 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 And we have a Chobi. No, this looks like wait, whoa, what the fuck? Why did that one go off? There we go. Looks like Bowsette's collar. Everyone's a mod apparently, ZSNO. Break NDA? Dude, no. I will say what we're working on is really fucking cool. We've had the idea going for a while, but now we're really fleshing things out for specifically season 2 right now, and it's we're introducing some really cool new mechanics. We're still playing with a lot of things, and I'm personally happy with what we landed on as our core, like, what is season 2 gameplay wise. Yeah, she looks like Bowsette right now. Shit, maybe this... You know what? I'm gonna save this off. That's an easy portfolio piece. Bowsette. We go put some pure ref. Yeah, we can make that work. This could totally be Bowsette. Alright, leave that off for inspiration aside. Alright. And we're going to make this textural, the mesh underneath. Oh, these straps aren't going to be, though. Okay. I should learn curves again before I start to do that, though. Okay, that's for next time. Yeah, because I'm just going to mask this off and bump it up in ZBrush when we get there. Alright, cool. We got some clothing. Hair is going to be its own beast. I'm debating whether I want to do stylized hair that's like Overwatchy looking, or if I want to do actual hair cards and make it realistic. Hair cards I still need some practice on, so maybe a good thing to learn on stream. Or maybe not, because I don't know it. Who knows? But specifically, like these dreads, not a lick of idea how to do that with hair cards. Not even a clue. So we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out later. What's autoplaying next on YouTube? Hell yeah, we can play New Moon. All right. We should probably make the bandana though, hair or not. All right. Create cylinder. And we're done. Beautiful. Gonna just make that red and we'll call it good. I'm gonna now switching from clothing based to color based. Make it a little simpler because there's a lot of the same color here. In fact, let me just make this dark gray. That's already gold. Cool. Alright, and this sits above her ears. Okay. Okay. Gonna need to make this a little bit larger and get taut on the edges. Yeah, if I get 2 portfolio pieces out of 1 mesh, I'm all down for that. I'm sure someone's done a 3D Bowsette though. That has to exist. Rule 34 wouldn't allow otherwise.
They say my whole life I got to choose, but not really. I thought if I trained and became nice with the craft, I couldn't lose, but instead of cheese, I only got the blues, so I'm just working, life hard, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna bring that down, give it a little bit of curvature. Because it definitely lifts up more. In fact, I'm actually going to really push the shape language of the top half for right now. We're gonna have to figure out how that knot works in the back. Yeah, the end season tournament I actually don't know much about, so I can't comment at all. All I know is I worked on some of the things for it. I think. There's been a lot of contention of when we were releasing some of the things that I worked on. In fact, that's probably too much to say. I probably shouldn't say anything more than that. Okay, you know what? Let's delete the cylinder here. I think, or not the cylinder, the caps. And we are going to separate this, or detach, is it? I think it's detach. And yeah, cool. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to shrink this down with soft select, not mirrored. Asymmetry for visual design. Oh, actually, what am I doing? No, it should be symmetrical. And I should turn on symmetry. Cool. Now the fun part comes where I turn off symmetry. And now I have to do a little tucking and wrapping for how this is going to work. You know what? I'm gonna need to look at some fucking Bandana ref. Bandana. Not back. You know what? You can come with me on my reference journey. We'll just share my desktop. Okay. So definitely divots into the knot. There's actually not. It doesn't look like there's going to be a loop. Yeah, it just dips right into the knot. Okay. So I don't actually need to overlap like I was there. Alright, do I rep the Crips or the Bloods? I'm feeling crippy today. Vex, I'm not actually doing commissions right now, but model quality is going to dictate price there. It can be a lot. Hey, I grew up in LA. I gotta rep what I know. Alright, back to my why are my hotkeys not working for scene transitions? Ugh. Alright, whatever. Alright, let's undo that. We'll make that back work. I mean, honestly, this kinda just can be as it is, because the knot is going to hide almost all connection for the most part. And the last thing we will do is just one is going to be above the other. So, okay, I guess we'll have a slight overlap. Cool. Yeah, that's a good shape language. That works well for the concept. Though this may be a little high. All white people say that I am the devil. I am successful. I'm a buy a Neo Geo. Red pill shorty. Yeah, something like that. Taper in a bit more. And Vex, just for an offshoot thing, so the biggest thing about me, if you're still looking for model prices, I'm not a rigger. I'm very bad at weighting and skinning for meshes. So I shouldn't say I'm bad. It's not what I'm experienced in, and I would much prefer that to go to external things. So that's its own cost. Now, that being said, depending on the quality of the character and the look, like if I were to make this and I were to charge someone to make this look like one-to-one to the concept, honestly, like, it'd probably be around $700, $800 these days, maybe. That's just a gut feeling. I usually do cost breakdowns of like what are going to be the complications of this character, and going through, and honestly, that may be a low ball. I don't know. Maybe a high ball. Again, I haven't done commissions in a long time, and there's a reason for that. I will say at the very least, though, what's much nicer than commissions is being a salaried employee. Cool. Alright, let's add these cuts. This will make we'll actually go into the high polyness aspect of proxying, because right now we've just been doing like the base proxies, and we can really add a lot more here since this is just going to be our starting mesh for ZBrush, and we're going to retopologize everything later. Alright, let's bring these out. Give it a little bit of a lip. We're going to bevel these edges by 0.2. Actually, I like 0.5. Alright, we'll keep it by 0.5. We're going to add a container loop for when this smooths over here at the base of that. And now, if it would actually let me put in my loop, and when I smooth it, boom, crispy clean. Is her head lopsided? The fuck? Why is this not mirrored? Alright, whatever. Leaving that hole. Oh, if it's fur work, I'm not versed in anthropomorphic anatomy. I've honestly never even tried it. So it just depends. But yeah, as I said, that price is just for the model. That's not going to include rigging and animation-based things, because that's out of my wheelhouse. And I don't have a partner like I once did when it came to rigging things. We've both diverged onto our own financial paths. Oh, maybe he'd be interested in doing work again. I'm not sure. Honestly, I may have made a mistake never trying to get to the furry market. That is one of the most lucrative areas. Whoops, not doing that. Gross. Okay, hold on. Oh, shit. Okay, we can't just collapse like I did. We just extrude it. No. Uh-oh. No, not that. Alright, we do that. Oh, that's fucking disgusting. What happened there? Okay, hold on. Oh, I created end gods. That makes sense. No, that's still kind of gross. All right, undo. We're not doing that. I fucked up. That's bad. Baby, late night drug dealings. No, it's one time for my feelings. No, that nothing makes sense except for being with you. Love me the rent, but baby, love songs do. All right. Now we just have to deselect these edges, and it should work. And now when I extrude it, yeah, there we go. Yeah, no, I used to do a lot of work with Zyzy, and I believe he's moved more into just a programming aspect of things. He's just, and just for clarification, when I say partner, I mean business partner. But yeah, no, he's done a lot of really cool shit recently. Like his Patreon is fucking bumping with just crazy shaders. But he still makes his own stuff, though I don't think he does commission work for it anymore these days. And cave this in a little bit. Yeah, I did. Alright, that's a good start. You know, we kind of need a proxy hair of some kind here. You know what, maybe I bring back, excuse me, the base mesh here. Will you guys see this if I make a new scene? Will it auto-update? Cool, it does. Okay, I'm just going to bring in my base mesh hair, because I deleted it originally, but I actually think I may want that. It may just help read the character a little bit better, just as a stand-in, because we're not going to make hair till the very, very end, and hair really helps sell personality. Why didn't it import? Nope. No, you're not going to let me? Alright, fuck you. Alright, recent files. Back to Vivian. Okay. Now, referencing should work. Okay, I already imported this on the scene, so it's not liking having that. Why aren't you recognizing that? Alright, that's a problem for another day. I'm not going to worry about that. That was very nitpicky. You know what, actually? Let me boot up ZBrush. We'll kick this out. And we'll do a quick, like, hyper-quick hair sculpt. ZBrush, Pirate Vivian. Let's make a ZBrush folder. You guys can't see this, so just a sec as I boot everything up. Make it an OBJ, and we will call it VSock. And I will also kick out the Bandana. Cool. Kicking up ZBrush. Let me close down Photoshop. I don't think I'm using Photoshop today. I do know a couple people that were on the Spyro team, but I don't believe they... Well, I think they were a lighting artist on the team, more so than a character artist. Oh, I opened up CSP, not ZBrush. Whoopsie. Why's my ZBrush all the way over there? And... Start, so close.
Waves start crashing into walls. Read between the lines, I be captioning my calls.
Cool, okay, now also ZBrush scene. Boom. Cool, yeah, I know there's a new version. Alright. Excuse me while I bang around. No, actually, we need to do some things. I need to move my keyboard a bit. In a bit to make this work. Okay, so we're gonna import our body sock. Then we're gonna import our bandana. Cool. Oh no! What the fuck? Okay, hold on a sec. I gotta go back to mine. I knew the mesh was reading as separated for some reason, or reversed. Mesh display. You know what? Did that work? Let's see. Export selection, body sock, save. Back to ZBrush. And now when I re-import, We are still scuffed. All right. One last attempt, and then I'm just gonna roll with it because I just don't care. We're going to unlock normals on this. We're going to soften edges, and then we're going to then kick this one out. Not saving, oops. Export selection, body stock, yes. Okay, back to ZBrush. Now we re-import. There we go. Okay. Penned in the bandana, because I need to see this shit. And let's start sculpting a quick hair plugin. Alright, now I'm going to bang around while I move my keyboard and shit. And I'm going to slide my mic a little bit more. Sorry for your ears. But my desk is not set up for my streaming methods like it once was. Oh god. Alright, I gotta put on my bandana. Not my bandana, my beanie. Hair is so fucking long now since quarantine. Alright, let's look at her hair. And I will bring ZBrush over to my Cintiq. Okay. Her face is very youthful now that I'm looking at ZBrush, so we're gonna have to fix that when we get there. Okay. And let's start off by creating symmetry and masking off a hairline. Now she's an old man. And we're just going to extrude this real quick. Or rather extract. Yeah, that's good enough, why not? Okay, maybe it was a little thick. Get a Z remesh that down. It's gonna take a sec for ZBrush to think. I actually probably needed to drop that more than I did.
She tries to comfort you and read your eyes to see inside you. She sees you're hurt, so she decides to give you a hug and seeks to find you.
Thanks, ZBrush, thanks. Were you drinking last night, Emmett?
Routine got you in the hole and you helped digging it. Started off small and now you fit in it.
Yeah, that should be a good start.
Never see you calling out the bitterness. Is the lack of balls or just intellect? She going through.
No, I've dropped alcohol recently. I drank a lot during VRChat, but now I've just switched to weed. Makes it much easier. And it's cheaper.
She's sick of trying to save you all the time. Believes it's idle. The day is
And it's completely legal in my state, so.
Tonight's the last time that she'll sleep beside you.
I'm digging up a pit for me to die inside of, 'cause I don't trust these shaky hands.
Alright, this is just going to be quick, dirty. We're just going to try to get some basic shaping here for everything.
I got my shovel, got my gloves, I got my tuxedo. I got my shovel, got my gloves, I got my tuxedo. I got my shovel, got my gloves, I got my tuxedo. Yo.
Oh yeah, definitely not legal with you. I believe I recall where you live. Like, yeah, no, that's... Though I don't think that stops anyone from your area, but... No, I think that's the greatest thing. I live right down from a shop, and I can literally just pop in and go, hey, give me the latest canister. It's great. just do this for now. Just something to show shape language.
Like every creep know me. I should drop a mixtape and market strictly beats only. Y'all should know be eavesdropping, so I'm lighting the wood.
Oh, did you? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you were. I believe you were in the. Why am I blanking on the fucking name of a major city? Yeah, you told me. Yeah, you live next to where I'm thinking of, and how you would literally fucking die there. That was a good conversation. I'm remembering. Believe it or you were talking about starting to decay. It's been a very long time. Remeshing your counter. Why? Do it.
What up, Red? I put it down. I put it down. I put it down. Yeah. I was working on my masterpiece. Before I pass, at least to y'all, I want to be known as one of rap.
Dude, just make my mesh not shit. No, not like that. Oh god. There we go, that's good enough.
The smart ones always outlast the hard ones. Been a marksman like I was kin to the Marstons.
Let's turn on the bandana.
They say I spit the vine and it's always in the nick of time.
See, this is why we have the hair. This is going to show the bandana is too fucking snug to the head.
Cats across you and keep a handshake firm still. That's the type of stuff that make a nice guy turn heel. Another chapter coming hard as a second rapture. Chess master, verbally we dead and rappers. Life is hard, that's why I'm rapping is hard. Trying to make it work the scratching and scars. More than just spectacular bars, we keep the passion as large. Feeling invincible.
Okay, we're gonna have to move the bandana. That's to be expected now.
Kill him softly, similar to
And just for good measure, we'll just slap in some cuts.
Flowing decent but lacking the passion. Heavy on mechanics, but they pass on the action. Man, this makes something that excites
what the fuck?
me. I don't grab a mic piece thinking about a hype piece. I'll be on that
No, not her skull. Go to the hair, please.
Thing as dark as I am, how could you ever take me lightly? Put it down. I put it down. Yeah, we put it down.
Quick, dirty, don't care. Oh, no, this actually looks just enough to get shapes.
Like my inventory fall. Like my dog won't get no better. Like a mic after a rapper's career has hit a low. Yeah, my sons and best remember that I'm kicking the cosmo, spitting with my eyes closed. Listening to y'all feels like listening to Maz grow. Spliff kick like a bronco, lift me up like tonsils. Don't be hostile while you kiss the Kentucky.
Oh yeah, definitely using a tablet. I used to have a big old Wacom 24 Cintiq, but this old fella I have, he only has a DVI port, and my new GPU does not have a DVI port, so I haven't gotten an adapter yet. I have a tiny Cintiq that I bought for work, but then you know what? The world died, and I've never had to go in the office with it yet, so it's just been sitting in my closet, and now this can hook up via HDMI. Welcome to 2021. Alright, this is fine. Line, smooth. Alright, good enough, cool. Alright, that's a basis for us to just see shapes for now. And we will drop the Z remesh down to like nothing. Yeah, that's good enough, sure. Export. Hair base. Oops. Cool. Alright, now if I switch to Maya, should be able to import this in, no problem, but we were having an import issue last time, so who knows? There we go. Alright, cool. I'm gonna mute myself while I bang around real quick. One sec.
catching fish just to toss them in buckets, but fuck it, borderline, borderline. Counting up your illnesses, count your friendships. Bet $1,000 will kill them shits. Big money, holding more scars than you can rip from me. Sleeping on your couch and shit, dreaming of 1,000 bricks. We gold mining, binding dust and trample diamonds. We never learned to rap a massive pants.
I do believe you offered that at one point in CSNO. You know what? I have so much legacy shit from my portfolio that, I mean, like, here, I'll just switch to my desktop capture real quick. Yeah, like, I have so many projects in here. A lot of them I would never open again, but if I lost some of these, like, there goes my portfolio. So I've been kicking things up to a Git repo for now, and that's done me okay. I mean, half of these projects are either just like old garbage or stuff I was experimenting with, or stuff that I just gathered reference and it never happened. Like, I don't even remember what the fuck Tooth Collector was. Was I concepting something? Oh, I guess it was. Interesting. Oh, I think I remember what that was now. Yeah, okay. Maya. Alright, so we got the hair block in just for shape. Now we can actually fit things. You know what? This needs to be brought in. That is too thick for taut, like, bound hair, rather, is, I guess, the term I'm looking for. Oops. Something like this. No, I actually like the arc of the hair there. I'm gonna adjust the bandana for the rest.
What do you guys think?
Cool. Something like that? Yeah.
A young researcher asked me the other day, we are really on the threshold of a new form of human evolution. A humanity of pure energy.
Yeah, something like that. And we'll just throw a hair color on there.
All you scientists
You keep kicking me when I'm down, motherfuckers shoot the field.
And dark brown.
Words, why can't you spare some? I bad hair day every day, can't get my hair done. Devices out soon as the blue light hits my eyes. I'm feeling nauseated. How this shit got all y'all
There we go.
hypnotized to give a fuck how motherfuckers live their lives.
Cool. Alright, she's not Bowsette anymore.
Patronizing little lies. Walking around on eggshells, think you suckers civilized. Spat out something edgy, think you suckers slick as ice. You triple got me all
It's gonna bug me if the hair's clipping this much.
decisions to step forward, share my feelings fine. Yeah, I'm a hypocrite, but I can hate you still as well as self. At least I don't try sharing every little thought I've ever felt. Dying in my soul, got melancholy in myself. You push your polished visions out while steady rotting in your shells. Your pride is fucking gross. You probably need help.
Alright, good enough.
But I'm not about projecting all your problems
Cool.
on myself.
Alright. That's gonna require curves, the little zigzags on the top of her bandana. That little skull should be simple to make. I'm gonna let all, like, the accoutrements and tiny little things like that, save that for later. We need to hit the bigger things first. So let's do her little black part of her armband. Again, the straps are gonna be curves, so another day. But duplicate that. Select the arms. We're gonna cut off everything from here onward. And they went up to here. Well, this is more than 90, but alright. And just like that. And we'll make this the dark gray. Give this some gas. Okay, hold on, gotta be in Facebook for gas. Gas.
think it's wrong. I don't think, I don't sleep at night. Lay awake till dawn. I don't blink. Animalistic, goddamn it, we get it. You stupid late, a fan of your lyrics, but damn if it isn't your human traits.
Okay, so too high. This cuts off at the apex of the elbow. Not the apex, the curvature right here. Just a little bit before that, so cut off here-ish. This doesn't have enough definition, but that is technically around here, so that looks right. Not only that, it cuts off from the opening around there, so is it more on the back half of burrow? Yeah, it's, you get her base of the elbows hitting there, so let's do it here-ish. Yeah, that's probably fine. Mesh, detach. Oops. Oops. There we go. There we go. Okay, we got the break now. Straps are probably going to be needed to get the shape language to like fully read right for this, because this is hanging on that strap and breaking off into the different angle curve there. But we can play with this. I mean, we're still very, very early in developing the design here. Absolutely nothing is final. Well, what? Wait, did I fuck up? No, okay. Why is that disconnected? Mesh, combine, edit mesh, merge. F0101. That work now? Good, okay. Thanks for coming around, Matthews. It's been great coming back to this. I'm hoping you're enjoying it. See you too, Emmett. Have a good one, man. Peace.
Demons want me, haunt me, taunt me, jaunting because this love I have is everlasting.
And I'm gonna leave a little bit of room for the strap there. Straps are gonna need to come later. I'm gonna have to think about how this is actually constructed, because like this is going to be a logical wrap of the arm, not just loops. Like it's clearly drawn that way, because like if we really want to nitpick, I'm gonna go into the thing. Like where the fuck does this connect? Oh, it kind of loops over there. Okay, I couldn't see that from that distance. Okay, but still has a lock point of some kind that is clearly not shown, so we're gonna have to make like a buckle on the back of some kind just to make it logically sound. Leather straps like this aren't just going to float, so we gotta push the design. Oh, it holds a little harpoon thing. This is so unpractical. The only time she's ever going to use this, because that is bound to her arm, there's no way this fish hook is going to come out of that strap, is if she's going to elbow someone in the gut from behind. Alright, cool. The hardest Assassin's Creed blade I've seen. Alrighty. What do I want to do next on her? Wow, this looks very shallow in comparison to what they have here. Her arms, wait, her arms are really long. Yeah, look at the length here. So on an average human body, if you put your hand down to your side and then rotate it to your front, your, like, I'm gonna stand up just to make sure I'm correct about this. Yeah, okay, so your fingertips will barely like just hang past your groin, just a hair, and that's just the standard flow. Her hand already past her groin and it's arched back, so she got some lanky fucking arms. How are her legs actually? I should have done this with my body proportioning. Let me go to side view here. Let me see. You know, proportional, it's not that off. They could be a little longer, I think. Yeah, her arms are really off. Okay, okay. Okay, we're gonna just select the entire hand. Wait, do I have an extra mesh underneath here? What's this? Body sock 1. Fuck body sock 1. What's this? Fuck body sock 2. Wait. Body sock 2 had longer hands. Fuck body sock 1. Okay. We're going to mirror. And we need to bring her hands like way lower. Oh, she's gonna look like a fucking goober. Okay, I don't want to push this too far. If her arms were completely... You know what? We are going into Photoshop. I gotta do some anatomical edits. Alright. Bring in the concept. Boom, boom. Switch to Photoshop. There we go. Alright. Let's do some science. Cool. So from mid elbow, or sorry, from mid shoulder to elbow to bottom of wrist. Now I'm gonna have to. Her hand is probably when completely flat. It's going to be about here-ish. And now let's do some edit. Here. Yeah, her hand alone is like the size of her forearm sorry, a standard forearm. That's wild. Okay, I am not making her hands this long. This is just going to look anatomically incorrect. Yeah, they're gonna go down to her fucking knee. She's a goddamn gorilla. Okay. This is where we as artists have to... Actually, this arm is longer than the back one. By a lot, actually. Okay. We're gonna do the same thing on the other arm, and I'm probably gonna use that one. Shoulder to mid-elbow. To wrist, to logical hand. That already looks better to me in length, so let's see how this works. Oh no, I drew on the image, fuck. Oh god, okay, hold on. We're leaving that red dot there, I don't care. She's still got some long ass arms though. Wow. Okay. I can work with that. That is more stylized and not just egregiously wrong. Okay. I mean, the main thing we have to hit is her, just hitting the linkiness. It doesn't have to be actually super one-to-one there, so... Let's... I mean, that's actually already where my hands kind of were like that mid part of the thigh. My pants here lost the fatty parts of the thigh. They caved in. I may just redo this piece later, but for now, I'm just gonna rotate and then zoom it in and stretching that feller. Yeah, okay, that already looks more accurate to length. Okay, okay. This is why we proxy. Oh, do they really? Maybe I just have stubby ass legs. Maybe I'm all torso. This is this part of the stream where I got everyone to just touch themselves. Yeah, it is mid-thigh. Okay, okay, yeah. I guess I have stumpy ass legs. Alright, cool. Smooth these out. Sorry, let's do soft and hard so it actually does it correctly. So I gotta be qualified NASA. Kill myself, you borderline bastards. Alright, and we can make that little gauntlet, no problem. That is easy. We're gonna just do that with a cylinder though. I don't need to dupe anything like I did for the shape of the arm. What is up with my gizmo? Fix yourself.
What you wanna talk about? It's mad late, what the fuck you wanna talk about? We can't get around, sit it down, talk it out. Any minute later I'ma lose it, I'll be walking out. Paranoid, head turn about, paranoid. Wreck a horde, man down, call a medic boy. Get it going for the purges, bang. Doctor, let a surgeon rap. Red rubies like purging cats. Real shit, I'm the bird, the rat.
And yeah, that hugs her wrist. Good. It's gonna make separating the hands way easier for the final mesh. Alright. And we want to tape that in around here-ish, and that'll taper in and become extruded. You know what? Should also do it with this one. Oh, I'm thinking about it. Alright, and these are thicker, but not terribly thick. This needs to be shrunk in a bit. Well, not that much, maybe. Maybe that's too much. Yeah, okay. It's kind of like that. Make it a little more naturally hanging off her body. Squeeze it down on pressure points. That's actually pretty decent. Just bring that down a little bit. Aha, our first clip. And we will extrude this fine fella. Hey Grim, how you doing, man? First stream in 3 years. Sorry, first art stream in 3 years. I did some random ass gameplay stuff here and there, but you know, I'm pretty sure my last 2 streams were both my birthday streams to talk about gap differences. This is thick, but is it that thick? No. But we can have some fun with beveling now. Just a little bit of shaping. There we go.
A million little suns hang inches overhead. A crowded hall cuts trenches to the left. Foreign tongue in my vernacular slack. I should have studied. I just sketched all my dreams while I sat in the back. Short skirts with the modest appeal. The barrier's there, but the honesty's real. Aversion. We don't look in the eye much. It's sci-fi and alien to us. Getting faded in the cut is Mr. Haken. I just
Yeah, it's been a long time, Grim. Content creation was just very hard to keep up with school and job hunting, and honestly, I got super demotivated around that time. But I'm in a much better spot right now, and I feel like this will be a great way to incentivize me to do more art on the weekends. So I'm gonna keep this up as long as I can. Has it already been 2.5 hours? Wow. I would not have guessed that.
A trillion little stars dust a blanket above us. How smaller we while the cosmos breathes, but for a
That was too much.
change. Nothing mattered but the actions of this female's frame. I say arcade screens in the backdrop, and she pulls
It's always 0.2. I really like 0.2.
shouts out the main boy. Gotta give a mad props. Green tea by the lake, drinking to the last drop.
And this is going to have a little bit of a rest lip, so just bevel that out. Just let it soften that curve a bit. Bevel that. Again, going for a 0.2, my boy. And we will do a little proxy extrusion in, just to give this some depth. It's not meant to be final in any way, but now that I can do this, it just looks like it actually goes into the wrist a little bit more. Ooh, that is not good shaping. Okay, hold on. We make this work. Okay, we're definitely gonna want things thicker. This entire concept is thicker when it comes to object sizes.
I had a dream that I woke up. It turned out to be
A VR stream, dude. Well, okay, I actually have a good GPU now. I probably could, but every VR stream I ever tried back in the day just failed miserably because my stupid 1063 gigabyte could not keep up. The VRAM failed me constantly. Now I got a 3070, so yeah, I probably could. But what would I stream? I haven't played VRChat in such a long time. Like, religiously anyway. I still pop in here and there and say hi to folks, but not often. But once I finish this, I gotta go show it off. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Now we can smooth that out. Look how nice that came out. A great start for a sculpt. I need to look at that up close, though. Look at those pixels. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a strap or anything there. I may add that just for some fidelity on the wrists. Though, I do need to crispen up this edge for that smooth. Yeah, there we go. Make that taut. I may do games here and there, but I think I mostly want to try doing art as a whole. Art content was always my favorite to make, and somehow it was also what everyone engaged with the most. Like, just analytically, if you look at my numbers, it's crazy how much better all my art stuff did than anything else. Which I guess speaks a lot, so it's what I enjoy. Like, games are fun, but it was more of just like, oh, everyone's a game streamer. You have to stream games if you want to curate an interest, and I think it showed that I was just like, oh, I wasn't fully into that. The art stuff, though, I mean, there's nothing I love more. So I'm hoping the content at least shows that. And this stream's gonna be rough. I've already had crashes. I've already had bugs. I mean, my chat's supposed to be down here, but it ain't, because when re-looking at my VODs, that was my biggest complaint. Looking back, I was like, I talk to the chat a lot, and there's no visual of it, so anyone who's watching a VOD is just like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. It just seems like this dude is just rambling. So as I get back into the swing of things, I'm going to try getting my setup a little more clean and see what we can do with it. Gonna bevel that real quick, and then drop this in. Actually, you know, I should do this vertex-wise because we got to get that midpoint. Whoop. Pop stream. Honestly, I gotta get my my speeches ready because I talk so much and I don't want to say something stupid. I don't need to get my wrist slapped by my work.
everything you say and gets muffled. it's worth letting go or if this cloud sincere. I don't know, the crystal ball's looking hazy. It's 2014, where the song for the ladies.
God, this song was written in 2014?
Taking sweet tarts from the palm.
It's been that long? Jesus Christ.
Like I was born in the 80s. She wanna wear Versace while she crawl in Mercedes. Sub still jumping, bumping. Brenda's got a baby. She got a boyfriend, even though we kinda shady.
Wait, what album is this? There's no way this came out in,
In a fight, sitting in my
Oh, it's Ramona. No, this definitely came out in 2014.
at my crib. I just want it for the night. I've been staring at these numbers, number crunching out of sight. I tell her
Okay.
everything you say and get some.
Yeah, that's looking good shape-wise.
It's just so loud in here.
We're gonna slap that. It's dark brown, yeah? She's gonna get the same hair yeah, it's gonna be the same as her hair.
Wonder how we're here, so let's talk.
I mean, honestly, for a return stream, I'm pretty happy with the view counts that I'm getting. Like, I've consistently had around 15, and for someone who hasn't streamed in literally 2-3 years, that's saying something. I'm happy with that. It's better than I was expecting. I was expecting to rambling to myself for a good while. And I have a lot of ideas for art-related things. Like I on my own time, I've been developing a game I'm calling Tulips. It's a 2D game, and I'm doing it to learn programming. I am not a programmer, and I hate it. But you can't have a game without it, and I'm pretty happy with some of the stuff that I've created there. I think it can add a lot to my toolkit, and I think I'm making something that could be good. It's not going to be anywhere ready to present in a way for a long time, but I like having side projects. They motivate me, and maybe I'll do some dev stuff for that at a later point. There we go. Now she looks a little more human.
Coffee beans black, how much blacker it could get. Like it fucking matters, they ain't tracking my footprints.
It's a completely 2D game, which is different than what you would expect from me being a 3D artist. But hey, 3D games are hard, so I'm starting off a little simpler.
That I love you, but I doubt you'll hear, so let's talk.
Alright, we'll keep it like that for now.
Over black coffee. Over black coffee.
Alright. Boots, huh? Yeah, these are very sharp. That is a harsh shape language. Making shoes are probably my worst thing to proxy model. Do I have a base I can start off with? I know it's kind of a cheat since I'm trying to show this from the ground up, but let me take a look real quick. Yes, no. C# is killing me. I mean, I've rung you in the past about trying to learn C#, and I tried going to things like, oh, I'm just gonna go in Unreal and learn blueprints. Oh, I'm just gonna go into Unity and learn Playmaker. And at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be able to fucking do what I want unless I actually know what I'm doing. So I'm just trying to make a simple movement. It's mostly a dialogue-based game, and I'm working with a dialogue manager, pre-bought asset, and modifying it to what I need, and I'm pretty happy with what we got. Here, I'll take 2 seconds. Let my mind think about shoes while I show a rake. Let me open it up. Been doodling one of the main characters. I haven't given her a name right now. I've just been calling her. Let me show my desktop. And oh no, this is the old shit. Oops. I've tried to make tulips many times under different things, so I have so many folders of it. But I've doodled this little character. who I'm rigging up. This is still very, very early, but trying to find a design that I think is cute. I basically want to juxtapose it with a very cute and abstract, like, not abstract, a cute and zany environment and visual style, and then juxtapose it with a more depressing, melancholic story. But we'll see what we can do. I'm not much of a writer per se, but this entire thing is going to be just a learning process. Dude, I will definitely hit you up for PR if you're Alfred. No, sorry, Wisp. I don't actually do commissions right now. The biggest thing is, like, I'm a full-time employee at my company, and I'm mostly doing these streams right now just as a way to relax and do art for myself. It's been a long time since I've done that. These need to be taller. You know what? These should be the same mesh. What am I doing? So I can actually use symmetry. Like, I know I'm doing some stupid stuff in, Do you really? Oh, that's embarrassing. I forgot I made Tulips an open project. I mean, it's the same idea. It's literally the same concept. It's, out of everything I've tried to make, like, game-wise, learning for myself, I've always felt like Tulips was the strongest conceptually, because it's not just, like, building off things that are already successful. It's a not successful game. And I'm trying to take what I've learned and make it a better experience. That's hilarious that you still have that, though. Do you have some of the art? Or do you just have the Unity project? Because if you have art, I would love it. I've lost a lot of the old stuff. Like, I know Zarb drew a little croissant lady, and I still want that. Alright. We are going to need to combine her body at some point. Because this needs to all be one mesh. And not grossly separated like this. Though, do I wait for that after ZBrush? That's the question. You know, probably after. I kind of like the strong lines that the shoulders are going to give me when I combine this and Dynamesh it. Alright, let's work on some of her belts, I guess. We have a cloth wrap, which... I guess there's a belt on top of the cloth wrap, and then a bigger belt on top of that belt. This girdle is layered. Okay. This all looks a unibody, that's funny. This really needs more sub-Ds. I'm not happy with the level of flow we have here. I may redo these pants at a later date, but it's just meant to be a proxy. So who knows? Alright. Let's duplicate the shirt. Grab this loop. Delete. And I think we have a red? Yeah, for the bandana we have a red. Transform component. Extrude. Alright, and this is... Oh, she's got a longer hip, too. Man, I did not proportion her out perfectly. Alright, I'm gonna hide the pants for now. And she's longer over. I already said her legs needed to be a little bit longer, so let's do that. Alright, now she's off axis, which is to be expected. Where are my pants? There are my pants. Alright, something like that. Let's grab everything. Let's deselect and then grab everything. Yeah, that's about level. Oh, we kept all the art in the Discord channel. I have a bad habit of purging when I'm done with something. I really need to just go like, yeah, keep it. You never know when you might decide fucking 3 years later to like, oh, maybe this project wasn't a bad idea, and have some of the old shit. I mean, who knows? The visual design's probably not even the same. My art bible has changed so many times for this project in my head. Alright, we need to... Her torso is still so lanky. Wow. Alright, body. Give me the gooch. Not... Okay, hold on. Give me that loop. And we will drag her torso down. Yeah, something like that. She's a long one. Alright, again, hide pants. Pants are probably no good anymore. She has a much longer upper thigh than she does lower, so let's squat these out. It's not that extreme. I think I need to make her taller still. Yeah, that's reading better to me. Oh, dude, Graham, don't worry. There's no Discord anymore. I nuked that hard. My personal one and my development one. I get very melancholic when I look at old things, and I definitely was just like, yeah, I need to remove this, and really, there was no reason to do so. I've now shot myself more in the foot than anything doing that, because if I actually wanted to curate a following of any kind, like, that was the place. Shoulda just kept it. There we go. And these are off again. And that sucks, because this wrist piece in particular was fitting very nicely, and now I've ruined it. Oh, it's not that bad. Soft select move rather than trying to rotate. I think just the length difference is not going to let this fit like I like. Alright. Okay, pants. Let's get you actually... Oh, that kind of works. Alright. The fuck? Oh, I was on. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to remake these pants. I'm liking them less and less the more we're going about this. Sorry, people who don't watch the full VOD. Pants were the first thing I did, and you're gonna stick with these if you're trying to mirror it. There we go. Okay, we're getting there. We're better. You know, I think her shirt would logically end here, and if we want to get really fancy, we may want to make some tailcoats, but I'm going to worry about that later. Yeah, that sounds about right, CSNL.
I ask the voices when they'll stop the old answer forfeit. Exploring the torment and dormancy, it's morbid. Every one of my
There's a certain power to being able to hold the trigger and go, I'm blowing this all up right now. But as I said, I regret it. I think Discord has a backup. Right then, like, hey, I deleted this 3 years ago. Can we get my Discord back and everyone that was in it, please? Thanks. So, okay, looking at the belt a bit more. Where's my fear ref? There it is. Okay. The red bit again doesn't really show how it connects. It's red and then belt on top of it. But like, where does this strap come from? This should really have like a loop over on top here to show it's hanging. Because I don't think it's just going to. I mean, maybe it could tie down there and that's where it's falling. In which case I'm going to have to do like a little downward spiral, which this is already too symmetrical, so that asymmetry could be good. Though I think I'm going to leave that to the sculpting side of things. I don't think this is super necessary. And I'm probably going to do some cloth simulation for that fall. 3 months, 3 years, what's the difference? If I nuked the Pop 1 Discord, whoo, that Monday would not be good. What the hell is that line? What are you doing here? Get out of here. Okay, let's bring this down to base. You know what? I don't like that loop I added. I'm just gonna. Is that her booty? What's going on here? What? What? Oh, God! She's got scoliosis. What did I do? This is my work day. I just question my work practices constantly, and then I'll eventually figure out what I did was stupid and wrong. Okay, I kind of fucked this proxy up. What the? Wait, is this her torso? Oh, her booty. Her booty ain't hanging right anymore. Okay, okay. Okay, hold on. Can't have a bad tush. Come on now. We're artists here. We don't settle for less than the best. Okay, I kind of flattened her booty out. Perky. Alright, cool. Good enough. Whatever disaster happened there, we can ignore. Oh no! She's double cheeked up on a Sunday afternoon. Or Saturday, rather.
For cops. What shots? For cops. Yeah. What shots? For cops.
We're gonna need to fix that anyway. These pants suck. I hate them. I've already decided it.
What shots? For cops.
Alright. Let's have a proper bevel. I want to push that bevel actually. It's not shaped well enough.
She worked at McDonald's, always drinking Jack in a purse as a
Nope.
bottle when she just wanted to be a fucking nurse or a doctor, but she never got shit. Degrees, punch clock 6, watching, listen to
Alright, no, we do need this bevel line. Double guess. I'm second guessing myself. I should.
She can make her head turn twice. Geppetto on her shoulder said her checks weren't right. She said, it's my body, I'm an independent
Cool.
woman.
Alright.
I'm finally getting money, feeling
Belt
like I earned some of
1,
myself. She
though
kept
this needs to
going
not
and
be
the
sharp.
kept growing. Creeps kept coming
She does
after
not
the
need the
next
back
showcase.
anatomy.
For some reason her body collects focus. She thought good, I guess I get more tips. Fixated on paper chase and making cake. All night working 8 to 8. She met a guy, a regular, let's call him Chuck. He had a real nice smile and he was tall as fuck. And he would
What?
talk to her with the deep.
Oh, it's my. Okay.
Acknowledge as a woman, not a piece of meat. And she liked that. Started batting the eyelash. She liked Chuck, hard tapping when guy passed. Right fast, I guess she was smitten. The guy's rad, she could tell he was different. Every night he come.
And yeah, they're a little tight right now. They should not be yoga pants. They're gonna be a little looser. I mean, it's just a duplication of her legs. I'm gonna redo the pants later. I'm not gonna worry about it now because again, proxy, we're just doing visuals to get the character basis built. Was her hair always that far out? Or did I move the bandana? Oh, I definitely moved the bandana.
In his arms with a knife, rip apart all the life, sending scars to her mind. And so he made plans.
There we go.
He's in the
Okay.
big pan, walk her home at night. What a fucking great chance. He said. In his mind, she read, she bled, she dead. He doing fine. Her walk was a murderous foreplay. She chatted about.
All right, belt 1.
To the four-way. Her
Duplicate
apartment on the
this.
third of the fourth day. I
This
forgot
is our belt.
mighty long time for the morgue. They waltz from
And the reason why I'm doing this is it's your animators, if you ever work for another person, will absolutely love you if your topo flow just works between asset and asset. So being able to ensure that each belt is going to be perfectly, there we go, perfectly aligned with the other one. Like, look at that flow. It just goes into the, like, ideally it's going to go from shirt to belt to belt to pants, and they're all going to have the same flow. It's also why I don't like these pants. They don't follow the flow correctly. So this will do a lot to make your animators love you. And there's nothing I love more than my animators loving me. Okay, let's make this taut and flat. Not like that. Okay. Rotate. You know what? We should do the same things with the bottom. Cool. We're gonna lift this up a bit. I kind of lost my flow with the red. Nah, not really. It's not that bad. But we are going to want to expand this one out a bit. And we're specifically doing the black belt underneath right now. Okay, so what we're going to do is the buckle is here on her, right under the mid. Yeah, somewhere around there. It should be fine. Going to mesh detach, or edit mesh detach. I'm gonna select this face. I'm gonna bring it off the other for right now. I'm gonna do a little bit of manual extrusion right now.
Super Nintendo, 3 blunts, green crack with stupid bimbos, green dunks, tree sap. We cling on like Klingons without a space plans.
And do the same for the interior, just a hair. And this one's pretty taut. Honestly, it doesn't even show, like, I'm making this strap here, but for the black belt, it doesn't even show it. But it needs to. Wait, does that belt make sense? Is that how belts work? Hold on, I'm gonna go grab my belt. Male belt goes around. I'm gonna face that way. And her clips go... Yeah, their clips are going the wrong way. The clip is supposed to intersect the opposite side of the belt. Okay. That's interesting. Popping off to Photoshop to show what I'm talking about. Alright, so... let me drag this over to my Cintiq. Alright, so we have a belt that is connected here, and then it has two prongs going into the tags to loop around and then make the belt that way. Logically, if you have a belt, the buckle is going to have a prong that connects, and if the strap that leads into this is going that direction, it has to connect this way, not this way like it is in the concept. That's interesting. At least that's how it is on male belts. Maybe female belts are different, though I highly doubt it. Do I follow concept or do I be right? Yeah, there's a lot of little things about this concept that aren't grounded in reality that make the 3D conversion a little difficult. That's interesting. Let me pop back to Alright. I'm just I'm just going to assume there's like a slight indentation. I'm going to assume the buckle like goes down into here, so I'm just going to stick with what I was doing. And with this one, I'm going to shrink it down like that. Cool. Something like that. We'll keep it simple. Now this buckles are going to require me to bring the polyplane back out. Concept, bring that in. We're going back to 0. It's actually 0.01. And we are going to turn my plane back on. Where's my plane? Where's my plane? Did I lose that in the re-export maybe? Alright, whatever, I'll just make a new plane. Okay. Lift up. Plane. Oops. Oops. Plane. Concept. Get the plane with the actual selection. Not. Oh my god. What am I? Please. I'm experienced in this, I swear. Okay. And now let's trace the buckle. Oh, whoops. Let's make this live and then trace the buckle.
And it's from sipping my potion. And life tends to kick divine motions. I feel my inner mind's hope.
And we only have half of this, so we're only gonna make half of this.
You had the fucking nerve to say that I didn't try. You scaled my whole world back. I would've died by your side. I'm not a violent guy, but shit, I threw a chair or two, knife edge to the chest. Now why you going Ric Flair, dude? My head's still splitting, wide open.
You know what? We make that a triangle.
Sipping my potion. You're still there. I'm in pain. You've been there. You know me. You love me. 'Cause I'm gone and I'll see you.
And I'm gonna make these flush. I'm gonna break the trace a little bit because it is on the side. We want these lines to be as straight as possible. Oh wait, though that's the okay. No, okay, we'll worry about that in a second. The bevel is going to be hard here. Oh no, maybe I can't. I think I have to line this up now.
What are you doing? Homework? Then why don't you do it at home? It's not cool. You can do
Wait,
it.
how the fuck? Oh my god, hold on, we're restarting.
Your hands are upside down.
Okay.
You should play baseball too, Taku. Why do you always carry around a bat? Why do you always hang around here by the river?
Yes. Okay. This is good. This is what we're doing.
Oh? Yeah, why was it? You're in a good mood. You smell like cigarettes. The strong ones. I haven't been smoking.
Wait, no. Oh god, how do I think about this?
Earlobes. If I don't do it, I'll overflow. What do you mean?
How does that work? This part makes sense, this part doesn't. Okay, we have to innovate. I think okay, so yeah, that needs to wait. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Then we'll bring that there, and we bring that there. Okay, we're geniuses. We got this. Never had a doubt in my mind. Okay, now let's make this buckle 3D.
I know this bad girl with a scooter. She flipped my shit sideways. Summers off of fire escape, sunset.
For sanity, I'm gonna cut there.
Flowers in the blunt, yes. I wanna get her undressed. Hickey biting rough sex, but anyway, she don't pay me no mind. She just comes
Yeah, that's buckle.
for the daily unwind and miss thing with a sideways.
Alright, hold on, before we do that, I gotta mirror this.
And I try to listen to her, but I'm holy grail stalking. I love it when she
Gotta change my
whispers
duplicate
name.
special types.
Red hair, eyes.
Actually, you know what? Let's not even use duplicate special. Let's use the classic mirror function, something I haven't used in years. Why?
I'm stuck, frozen.
What?
Feel my heartbeat
Okay,
is
what?
about to
What?
burst open. Why the
Okay,
fuck
maybe there's a reason why I don't use that tool anymore.
you leave the room, none of them feelings ever seem to disappear.
Alright, hear me out.
It's been a year and some
Mesh,
change,
just,
and it's
or
clear that you
center pivot, duplicate,
It's been
and then I'm gonna inverse the scale.
It's clear that you changed, so why summertime gotta end?
Yeah, okay, it's C.
It's been a year and some change, and it's clear
Who needs to think when you can let the computer think for you?
it's been a year and some change, and it's clear that you changed, so why summertime gotta end? Some people chase drugs. I'm chasing memories. It's
And then
been
we
a
snap
long
these.
time, and I'm just
Yeah,
praying
beautiful,
you
beautiful.
remember me. That
I'm an
phone
artist.
call, your voice, it felt like 2 lifetimes ago. Time travel back, I didn't know that sunshine
Yeah, and the last thing we talked about probably was hot dog related. That whole sandwich conversation haunts me to this day.
It's just the 3 of us, maybe 4 or 5. I'm trying to keep composure around them gorgeous eyes. I'm mortified that if I tell you how I feel, that it wouldn't be the
There we
same. And listen, kid,
go.
I want it real. And this
Yeah, I'm happy with this. And now here's the beauty bit. We bevel,
lost in conversation.
go to point 2. It's always point 2.
Except when I'm with you, I feel like the world's
Now we have, no, actually, it's not point 2 this time. It's point 1. Have a harsh edge there, and now we're going to select the entire ridge. Scale this out, not that way. Scale it this way. Huh, okay, and I have to duplicate this. And I'm gonna delete. I gotta collapse these bridges. And then delete these, I think is the play. Okay, delete everything. No, this is not good. This is not good. Delete this. This is bad. We're just going to... I didn't extrude this in. That's part of the reason. Okay, and we're just going to select these, make them flush. And now I can backface this. Oop. Annoying, but it works. Boom. Buckle. And that is on concept. Fuck yeah. This is polyplane. We'll put you at the top because you're my favorite little plane. And I will use you again. Cool. Alright, now we just gotta get the sizing right. The belt itself has to fit within the buckle, so we're going to shrink this down just a bit. What? Oh, it's because they're separated. Oh, damn it. Okay. And now when I lift this up, there we go. Now the belt fits within the buckle. And we can pull this. Actually, we're just going to do this partially. We're going to pull this forward for the clip. Bevel it to 0.2. Gotta love my boy. And then we're going to put a solid block in between there to signify the belt latch. Which I'm just gonna, you know what? Why think? Just make. And then lift. Delete this because this doesn't need to be there. It should be flat like that. Though it does make UVs a little gross, so I'm going to add it back in. But not like weirdly constrained like it was. Let's delete the caps because we don't need those. And it just makes beveling easier like this. Going to, you guessed it, 0.2. Oh. Okay, we need to push the buckle up as a whole. Oh, it is a thick buckle. Alright, well that's gonna be scrutiny for a later time. Shrink that just a bit. As much as I love this musical artist, I hate this song. And I know you named your album pretty much after it, so sorry Rev, I'm skipping to molasses. Cool. Alright, let's select that and our little buckle chamfer thing, belt loop feller, and call it belt buckle 1. And make that gold. And the fun part is we can just duplicate this belt, scale it up a lot. Though I am going to delete these sections real quick, because that's not going to be guaranteed the same. And this new belt, and then this belt's a thick belt, and it covers nearly all of that beautiful work we just made. Oh, artists and their love of layers. Okay, hold on. Is this belt actually not? No, that is tall enough. Okay. Alright, and just for my own sanity, let's take this belt and extrude it in just to give it some depth and not make it a plane. I'm not gonna do that for that belt just yet. And yeah, her belt does hang off. No, it's actually pretty taut. There's a very clear, like, near 90 that I think I need to try to replicate, which we do not have right now. That's partially because this belt's a little low on her compared to the red, so this needs to be up there, and then we need to lift this up. How is there a 90 degree there and yet still have the belt so much on its side? Maybe I'm pushing the side loop too much.
Every step I take, I feel my heels scraping bedrock. Froze in between modes, want me decompose, what a joke. Slide between the confines.
Alright, this belt's gonna need more shaping than I initially thought.
I saw my soul with beginning and the thing my only goal switch when everything was dark, you show reflection.
Yeah, but theirs goes
Protection, backed into a
down almost.
self-destruction was my only weapon. Blur the face,
Huh.
set your own discretion, we were starting.
At this tilt, like, the only logical way is to just make it a 90. I guess we got the 90. It's just an awkward loop of like, yeah, okay, so that'll make it go down. Okay, I'm overthinking. Perspective's hard.
Heart in hell, deepest thoughts leave the darkness pale. I'm amazed. Feast on the weak with the beast. Bury me deep in the crease. Phantoms
Alright.
in the streets. Keeping the peace.
We're gonna have to make that buckle. And that's just a box.
Saw the light
Hell yeah.
blue. Fucked around, I had them in the spectrum.
I don't have to think for this one.
Politicians try to win elections. Hungry snakes feast upon their tails. Funny how I never get the message.
So, we're gonna, actually I should just made a plane, but you know what? Made a box. Boxes are cool. We're gonna cut here, here, and here. Even cuts. Then we delete this. And then we take the entire object, extrude it in. Then we take these and we collapse these edges because we don't actually want that level of geometry. Do that. Oh, hold on. Get these loops, and then we're going to do the ever so famous bevel by 0.2. And then we take the entire object, shrink it in to make it more of the buckle shape, and actually get some more depth than I gave it. It's a thick buckle. And I'm gonna need you again. Oh, that's not even up there. What? There we go, fixed. Thick. Thicker. Thicker. Now we're belt buckling. Alright, and the biggest difference I've seen here between my buckle and theirs is I've now lost the height that this had. Why is this rotated ever so slightly on X? Get out of here. Oh, no, wait. That was the translate. Uh-oh. See? Uh-oh. So why? Yeah, there we go. Why did it have any rotation at all is what I meant, totally. Gold. And then we're going to bevel by... Ooh, I kind of like 0.5 there, actually. But no, concept's very harsh. It's too much of a bevel. It is 0.2. Group. I'm sorry, what? Oh, I hit H. Belt, buckle, O2. And then we're just gonna slap this into place. And with that, I think I'm going to call this stream. It's been a little over 3 hours, and I am very hungry for lunch. Alrighty. Let me go put on the ending song, the one I used in my YouTube videos, and this one will probably be the one to give me a copyright strike because I definitely didn't pay for this one. Streamlabs, OBS, wait, resources? Uh-oh. I don't know where it is. Never mind. Oh, Ash, I'm just ending the stream. Well, welcome, Ash. It's been a very long time. Here, I gotta find where my my audio is. I don't know. I don't have the sources and the locales known off the top of my head. And yeah, I don't know where I put it. Oh well, I gotta find that song later. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in for my first stream in about 3 years. I have learned a lot, and I'm not going in the full tutorial mode where I was like, this is what an edge loop is, like I did in some of my past streams. I guess there is going to be some expectation of the know-how of how 3D models work for a lot of my stuff going forward. I plan on doing just, as I said, I'm streaming just to enjoy art a little bit more, and I think got pretty far on a first proxy for only 3 hours in. This is a pretty good base. We're really only missing her boots is like the biggest thing, and then everything else are just like the tiny details that we'll get to in a bit. And I think we can carry this through pretty far. I think the entire duration of this project, depending on how the sculpt goes, because that's going to be the longest aspect of this is the sculpt. I think we can complete this in about maybe 50 hours of work. So I want to stream on the weekends. I'm probably not doing anything during the workday because work is just going to take my time. But I'm pretty happy with what we got, and I hope you guys are enjoying what I was able to do here. And I hope to see you guys soon. I hope my motivation sticks for this, and thank you for all the returning faces and the incredible amount of blue names. I forgot how many people I modded back in the day, but it's been a lot of fun.